Morning all, afternoon all, or evening all. I'm Johnny B, and welcome to Sunny Coast Celtic episode 23. Well, by the way, I've just finished watching that game, and that was probably one of the worst I've seen for ages. It was absolutely pedestrian what was going on there. Like the team, I'm like, aye, okay, this will be the team, and it wasn't far off. All right, well, Meda was injured, so Yang came in. I think you could have took Yang off and played with 10 men, and we'd have been just the same. But that was absolutely terrible from start to finish. Look, I know we're all probably singing off the same hymn book, but Brendan, you really need to have a look at yourself, mate, because this style of football you're playing is absolutely garbage. You changed it in the second half, but that first half was awful. Tony Ralston was terrible. I know you took him off and changed it to a back three, but my good God, you've got wee Kobe Donovan sitting there itching to get on. I'm not saying it was Ralston's fault by no manner of means, but the whole team, if you start, did anybody play well today? Nah, I didn't see one person playing well. Dundee are absolutely rank rotten, and we've managed to somehow get beat 2-0. Couldn't even put the ball in the back of the net. We didn't have that many chances, clear-cut chances. Kieran Tierney should have burst the net in the first half. He scores that goal, it's one each, we're back in the game, but we did not deserve to get anything from that game tonight. Dundee played much better than us. They were more direct than us. Every time they got a free kick or a corner or a throw, and I was like, Christ, they might score here. That's how bad it was. And yet when we went forward, we just looked like they had us under control. We never looked like we'd done anything that was going to hit the back of the net tonight. We were just rank rotten all round. Schmeichel, I don't know. To me, he just looks a bit overweight, looks a bit slow. I'm not saying it was his fault for any of the goals, but I don't know. Sinisalo's sitting there, get a younger guy in, get him starting for fresh. Kobe Donovan, he should have played in front of Ralston tonight. Let's face it, Ralston was terrible. It wasn't the only one, but that was bad. So, Carter Vickers in Scales, awful. Big Scales, it was terrible tonight. I know his distribution, everything was rank rotten about him. I don't know what he's doing. And Kieran Tierney was alright. Kieran Tierney wasn't as bad as the rest of them, right? I thought he was alright, pass marks, but just, I don't believe we got beat 2-0 with Dundee. They're struggling at the bottom of the league. We've been up there, and I'm confident it's it. I'm saying in my last podcast, Hearts will get beat. Hearts won 3-0. How wrong was I there? Celtic will win 3-0. How wrong was I there? I cannot get it right. It's just terrible. I'm sitting watching that going, no, I've got to do a podcast after this, thinking, where do you start? Well, we started at the back, and the back was terrible. We couldn't defend any crosses. The second ball they were winning, every time the ball bounced in their box, our box, they looked like scoring. I don't know what's going on with Callum McGregor. I've been saying it for weeks now. I think he's got to take a rest. He's not the boss that we need in that middle of the park. I don't know who's going to take the reins, but it isn't Calmac anymore. And I'm not just singling him out, but he was really bad tonight. Sideways. There was times he could have shot, and he decided to take that touch and go wide. If we were winning 3 or 4-0, he shoots. Scales get into so many positions tonight he could have had a shot. Nah. And it's lack of confidence. We've got no confidence going forward. And I don't know why. And Brendan's sitting there, come on, dude. You should have done that for the start. You can't wait till you're 2-0 down and then start to try and play. Fucking hell. Why are we going 2-0 down? We should never be like that against Dundee. Benji was after night and all, which I'm thinking, right, okay, he'll start. Rio Hatate had a couple of chances, but again, wasn't great. So our whole midfield, Midfield's the engine room, and we've done nothing tonight in that midfield. They just they played with 9 at the back, basically. They left one guy up front, and then when they broke away, they looked dangerous. But Tenecti, he always looks dangerous when he gets the ball, but he's the final decision's no there, is it? Not for this game tonight. I'm not saying he's a bad player after 1 or 2 games, but we're just struggling because we're struggling, he's struggling. And I think that's the way it is. Ian Atchell, he had a couple of chances tonight. He puts himself about and he's alright. He put a couple of crosses into the box. Were they good or were they bad? Was somebody should have been there or not? I don't know. I think he overhit a couple of them. You know, the penalty was never a penalty. That was just a get out of jail if we got that. But, and then Yang, my Christ, he gets his chance all the time and then just does nothing when he gets on. Forrest, come on, didn't do much better. I don't know what's happening. Before the game, I was thinking, okay, they might put Balikwisha on. He looked like a wee light at the end of the tunnel there, but we just never looked. We could have played another 90 minutes there, we would have scored tonight. Nothing was changing. And I've got to put that down to Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers makes these decisions, and it's about time he sort of took a wee bit of blame himself. All the shitty games that we've lost or drawn, we've been lucky, and we've got away with 1-0 wins. We've got away with 3-2 victories at the last couple of minutes of the game, which has made Brendan look pretty good because we've won games. But we're not playing any style of football now. It's just rock. The only style we're playing is at the back. Pass it back, pass it sideways, pass it forward. Now, every Celtic fan will tell you the same. I'm not here saying something different for what we're all going to be feeling. The league's still well in our grasp, easily. We need to go to Tynecastle now. They're playing really well. You got to take your hat off to them. They're going well because they're playing a good attacking style of football. Whereas we've got the better players, but we're playing absolutely shit. And it's got to come from Brendan to change that. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to have to change it quickly. I would drop Callum McGregor. Try something fresh in there. See if we can get forward a wee bit more. Because Callum McGregor's comes out of the ball, comes to him and he's going back the way he's going to say. He's not penetrating the way he used to. Don't know what's going on there. I think you need to just sit him back. I know it's a big game against Hearts, even this during the week. Stroomgras, give him a rest. He's not doing it. We're not going to do any worse without him than we are with him. So let's just say, you know what, mate, you've had your day. Unless you pick up the pieces and go forward, we're going to just sit you on the bench. I don't know. There's probably a lot of people who disagree with that, but he's just done nothing. And I think we just need to freshen it up in that middle of that park. Because we're going nowhere if we don't. We're just playing the same style of football. Brendan needs to change it. Even if he goes to 3-5-2 or whatever he wants to go, he's fine. 4-4-2, whatever. But change what you're doing, mate. Everybody knows what we're doing. And the players that you've got out there aren't helping the cause by playing shit all the time. Another thing. 6 minutes injury time or whatever it be, right? See whenever the ball, somebody goes down, stop the clock. See whenever the ball, there's a bad tackle, stop the clock. VAR, stop the clock. Don't keep the clock rolling because they're all guessing how many minutes there is. See, if you stop the clock, we know exactly. So if it's just, you don't play 45 minutes, you play, is it 55 or 60 minutes? How many times you stop the clock? That way you get an accurate time. Because every time you don't know how much injury time they're adding on. I think somebody just goes, right, we'll have a fucking guess. We'll call it 6 minutes. Couple of subs and that's what we'll do. It's always run about that 10 minutes. Anyway, it should never have got to the stage where we're 80 minutes into the game and fucking throwing the ball into the box looking for a goal. Absolutely disgraceful tonight. And I know we've been lucky we've got out of jail a few times and I've been very optimistic, but tonight I'm feeling pretty absolutely lethargic about that result tonight. He's more reactive now than proactive. He's waiting till we go 2-0 down, then he's going, right, I'll change this and change that. Fucking hell. You look at the bench you've got there, and you're playing the same players week in, week out. The only reason I'm saying this is what he'll go with is because I know what he's going to do. He's predictable. And if I know that, or these other managers know that, so I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to have to change it up for this home game. No, that I think we're fucked in Europe anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I think we need to get ready for the Hearts game and just concentrate in the Scottish Premier League, because we're struggling there, never mind anywhere else. So anyway, I'll come back to you and talk to you about the game during the week. So have a great couple of days if you can. And I don't know where else we're going to go with this, but that was just absolutely diabolical tonight. And I'm not taking it away for Dundee, but they are absolutely shit. And we should never be getting beat 2-0 with them. Absolute joke. Anyway, hail, hail, and I'll catch you later.